There are more homes on the market, prices are steadier, and buying power is completely shifting. Florida's housing landscape is changing fast this summer, and you need to know how it impacts you. Hello Central Florida, Matt Freda from Team Freda here, one of your 2 local real estate experts. In today's video, we're gonna be breaking down the big changes coming in the Florida housing market as we head into summer 2025. Over the past 2 months, we've seen major shifts in inventory, prices, mortgage rates, and buyer behavior. What does it all mean for buyers and sellers this summer? Stay tuned. We've got the latest sales and insights from Orlando to Winter Park and beyond. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe for more real estate updates. Now let's get into the numbers and trends shaping up our summer market. All right, so inventory surge here in Central Florida. What does that mean for the average person? So a normal real estate market is a 6-month supply. That means if no new listings hit the market, it would take 6 months for the homes that are out there to actually sell. And that inventory, we're only talking about resales right now. We're not discussing new construction. So in my opinion, there's even more inventory out there when you start taking into consideration new construction and the resale side of things, which means buyers have choices. You finally have options. Yeah, rates are up comparatively speaking, but who cares? Because you can make offers, you can get in the game. And those days of just sticking a sign in the yard and putting a lockbox on the door and the listing agent running away and having 10 offers by the weekend and looking like a hero are gone. So get out there, make offers. The inventory has surged. It's a buyer's advantage. And even if a seller's asking X amount for a house, I mean, I've had buyers come to me recently like, oh, I don't want to insult them. Like, this is business, man. If it's an insult, then they're not the right seller for you. Take your offer and go down the street, because you know what? There's 5 more houses down there where you can make an offer and the seller won't be insulted. So home prices, where are they at? So Central Florida, the median price right now is sitting around $389,900. That's Central Florida. Statewide, they're sitting around $411,000 for single family residencies. Now statewide, they're down about 4% year over year. But in Central Florida, where we are, they're holding strong right now at that $389,900. Now, look, nobody's got a crystal ball. What's gonna happen next month, next year? Nobody knows. What we do know is that mortgage interest rates are hanging out in the 6s right now. We're not seeing any spikes there or huge dips. So the inventory is increasing. We're right at a 6-month supply. So could we possibly see a little bit more of a depreciation over the next 12 months? Yes. But the sky is not falling. It's not like 2007, 2008, 2009, when we saw 20, 30, 40, 50% sometimes of your equity gone. Those days are not around the corner. So if you're in the market to purchase, it's a good time to get out there. If you're thinking of selling, just talk with a competent agent that can actually give you the overall view of the market and a game plan to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Now let's talk about mortgage rates. Mortgage rates are a huge factor in buyer behavior. After the interest rate roller coaster, rates have settled into the mid 6% range and stayed there for several months. As of April, the average 30-year fixed rate in Florida was around 6.6%, down a bit from the 7% highs we saw in January. Now that little bit of movement has spurred buyers to get into the spring market. The stability is giving the buyers some confidence to re-enter the market after the rate shocks of 2022 and 2023. In fact, statewide pending sales, which means new contracts, ticked up slightly, about 0.5% year over year in March, suggesting buyers are adjusting to the new normal of 6% rates. Still, higher rates than a couple years ago mean buyers are more cautious and price sensitive. Many first-time buyers are budgeting carefully, and some are even waiting on the sidelines, hoping rates might dip further, which, in my opinion, you shouldn't wait. Get your numbers, know your numbers. We can always ask for a seller concession to buy that rate down to maybe a 6% or a 5.9 or a 5.5. which that rate for you would make much more sense. Additionally, homes are taking a bit longer to sell. The median time on market in Florida is now around 65 to 70 days. So what does that mean for you sellers? When you sign on the dotted line for that listing agreement, it's gonna take on average 70 days to get your property sold. Buyers are no longer rushing to snap up homes in 48 hours. They're shopping around and sometimes making offers below the asking price if a home has sat for a while. This doesn't mean people have lost interest. Florida is still a huge draw. It just means buyers are behaving more deliberately. Higher borrowing costs have cooled the frenzy. So if you're house hunting, know that you might not need to waive inspections or go $50,000 above list price to win a home this summer. And if you're selling, anticipate that buyers will negotiate and may take their time. That's normal in a balanced market. What do all these changes mean for you as we enter the summer of 2025 housing market? In short, we're moving toward a more balanced playing field. The president of the Orlando Regional Realtors Association put it perfectly. With inventory up and rates steady, Central Florida's market is becoming balanced and dynamic as we head into this busy summer season. Buyers finally have more homes to choose from, and they also have more negotiating power. So those days of having to go over list price or remove an appraisal contingency or an inspection contingency from your contract are gone. Sellers, meanwhile, will have to up their game. You gotta make sure your home is in great shape, because not only are you competing with the house down the street, but you're also competing with new construction. Homes are still selling. Orlando sales in April were actually higher than in January and gaining momentum into summer. But you may not see 10 offers on one day. Think of the summer as a reality check after the red hot market of the past few years. For buyers, this is a complete opportunity to jump in without the panic. You don't have to worry about being 3, 4, 5 offers going above list price. For sellers, it's time to adjust expectations to current conditions. Like I said previously, Florida has a 6-month supply of properties right now, which is right in line with a normal, healthy real estate market. That means neither side has a huge upper hand. It's all about negotiation from both sides. And that's all right. So that doesn't mean you won't get a premium for your lakefront home in Winter Garden. It just means homes are being bought and sold at the market's true value. If you're a buyer, do your homework. Come to the table with stats and numbers so you have an informed offer. If you're a seller, your job is to know the costs associated with someone buying your home. You need to find an educated agent who can give you some perspective for what your home is actually worth. We have to be able to compare apples to apples. The house down the street might be the same floor plan on paper, same bedroom, same bath, same heated square footage. But what's going on behind closed doors, and also what's going on with the major components of the property? Has the roof been replaced in the last 5 years? HVAC, hot water heater. These are big ticket items that buyers are looking into. So you're like, hey, well, I'm priced competitively with that one down the street, but your roof is 25 years old. You know what I mean? You've done nothing to the house. You can't expect to get the same amount that the property down the street went for. So you have to know what's going on behind those closed doors. So a balanced market can actually be good for everyone. Buyers don't overpay, sellers still get fair value, and we avoid the boom and bust extremes that Florida has been known for. The Florida housing market is settling into a new groove this summer. More inventory, steadier prices, and a calmer pace. It's not the wildfire market of 2021, and it's not a crash. It's something healthier in between. If you're thinking of buying or selling in Central Florida, now is the time to strategize. Drop a comment with your questions or reach out to us directly. Team Freda, we'd love to help you navigate this changing market. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more market updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.